Hey everyone, AI is the talk of the town these days, right? Changing everything. But get this, it's shaking up the world of finance like you wouldn't believe.
Really shaking things up.
We're talking a potential $2 trillion surge
Whoa.
in AI-driven activity just this year. At least
Wow.
that's what Morgan Stanley is predicting.
Mm.
We've got some fascinating insights on all this from Finance 5, and,
Okay.
well, let's just say this deep dive is going to be interesting.
Let's dive in. This isn't just about some fancy algorithms or lines of code, you know?
Right,
We're talking AI hitting the real world. Harsh,
exactly.
driving massive infrastructure projects,
Yeah,
the kind that power our economy, like power grids and those huge data centers everyone's talking about.
when you say massive, we're talking 65%
65%.
of mergers and acquisitions this year
Wow.
expected to be tied to AI infrastructure. And even the big tech giants, Microsoft and Nvidia,
Right.
they're pouring money into these like old school industry,
Old school.
power grids, semiconductor factories, all to fuel their AI ambitions.
It is fascinating to see this shift. They're recognizing that AI's potential hinges on having a really robust physical infrastructure. They're
Absolutely.
laying the groundwork for a future powered by AI.
So then what's driving this whole AI gold rush?
Like,
Finance 5 breaks it down into three key factors.
okay,
First, lower interest rates.
right. The Fed's recent rate cuts, they've
Yeah.
made borrowing cheaper, so companies are eager to take on debt
Yeah,
to fund these ambitious AI projects.
they're getting a financial green light to go all in on AI.
Exactly.
Second factor is that pent-up demand.
Oh, yeah.
Investors are sitting on a mountain of cash,
How much are we talking?
$1.5 trillion,
Wow.
just waiting to be invested. It's no surprise they're looking towards AI as the next big thing.
Of course.
And finally, the political landscape.
Okay.
The administration's pro-business policies, fewer regulations, tax breaks for tech investments.
Right.
It's created a fertile ground for AI to thrive.
Yeah, it has.
But here's where things get really interesting. Finance 5 argues that the real money might not be in those flashy AI software companies everyone's always talking about.
Okay.
It's in what they call the pick and shovel plays,
Pick and shovel.
like the California gold rush.
Ah, I see.
The real winners back then
Yeah.
were the people selling the shovels and supplies,
Okay.
not the prospectors.
I get it.
So the real winners in the AI boom could be the companies building the infrastructure, the data centers, the chip factories, the power plants.
The backbone of it all.
It's like investing in the backbone of the AI revolution.
Interesting.
And get this, data center construction spending has skyrocketed 300% since 2023.
300%.
That's not just growth.
That's an explosion.
That's an explosion.
Yeah, and it's attracting some major players.
Like who?
Blackstone.
Oh.
They're raising billions to back these projects.
Really?
They see the potential and they're betting big on the infrastructure that'll underpin this whole AI-powered future.
So they're saying this is really going to happen?
That's what it looks like.
Wow. It's exciting stuff, but, Finance 5 also points out there are risks involved.
Oh, yeah, like any gold rush.
Right.
You gotta be cautious.
What are some red flags, then, that investors should be watching for?
Well, first thing that comes to mind,
Yeah.
overvaluations. Some of these mega cap tech stocks are trading at crazy high prices, way above historical averages.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
are we in an AI bubble?
Ooh, if that bubble bursts,
Right.
it would definitely dampen the gold rush excitement.
For sure. Even Morgan Stanley,
Yeah.
the ones predicting this massive AI growth,
Right.
they acknowledge the possibility of a bubble.
Really?
Yeah, they're advising investors to balance out their AI bets
Okay.
with more like defensive investments.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Overvaluation is one risk.
Uh-huh.
What else should we be wary of?
Well, the global landscape plays a big role.
Okay.
Finance 5 highlights the potential impact of,
Yeah.
tariff wars.
Oh, right.
The new U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports
Yeah.
could really drive up the costs for a lot of essential AI hardware.
Right. A lot of those components are sourced from China.
Exactly.
If those tariffs keep rising, it could throw a wrench in the whole thing.
Definitely. And then there's the whole issue of energy consumption.
Oh, yeah. These data centers use a ton of energy.
They're energy hogs, 10 times more power than traditional data centers.
Really?
Yeah, so if renewable energy projects don't keep pace,
Right.
the whole sector could hit a wall.
So this ties the AI boom to the whole sustainability conversation.
Absolutely.
If we can't power these data centers cleanly,
Yeah.
the environmental impact could be huge.
It's a crucial consideration. Morgan Stanley analyst Evan Demip put it well when he said, volatility is the new normal. Investors need to be ready for the ups and downs
Yeah.
and balance those risky AI bets
Uh-huh.
with more stable investments like utilities or industrial REITs.
So for the average person trying to understand how this AI gold rush affects them,
Yeah.
what's the takeaway?
Well, first thing to remember is that AI isn't some futuristic fantasy.
Right.
It's here, it's impacting the real world, and
Yeah.
it's driving a lot of economic activity.
And that whole pick and shovel plays insight from Finance 5,
Right.
it's pretty compelling. You don't have to be a tech expert to participate in this boom.
Exactly. There are opportunities in those essential industries, building an
The
infrastructure.
less glamorous but necessary stuff.
Exactly. But even though these opportunities are exciting, it's crucial to stay informed,
Right.
understand the risks, and diversify those investments.
Don't get swept up in the hype.
Exactly.
This AI gold rush isn't some passing trend.
Nope.
It's a fundamental shift, a generational shift, like Finance 5 says.
It's going to shape the future in big ways.
But what does that future look like?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
This AI gold rush has exciting opportunities, but also significant challenges.
Right.
It's a dynamic landscape that requires careful navigation.
Feels like we're at a real crossroads here.
Yeah.
This incredible potential of AI butting up against some real-world challenges and risks, that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
Yeah, you're right.
Not just skimming the surface, we're digging into the drivers,
Right.
the opportunities and those risks you just highlighted.
Absolutely. And it all comes back to that question.
Yeah.
What does this mean for you, the listener?
It's easy to get swept up in the hype,
It is.
but we need to think critically.
Yeah.
How do these trends translate into actual decisions?
If you connect this to the bigger picture, AI infrastructure is quickly becoming the foundation of a whole new digital economy.
Some experts are even calling it the railroads of the 21st century.
It's a powerful analogy.
It is.
Just like railroads opened up new territories and transformed industries,
Right.
AI infrastructure could have a similar impact on the digital world.
Which leads to the question,
Right.
if this is the new gold rush, what are the unclaimed territories?
What are those overlooked opportunities that haven't been staked out yet?
That's a great question to think about.
It is.
We're just at the beginning of this AI revolution.
Yeah.
There's so much more to discover.
Absolutely. Stay informed, keep learning,
Right.
and don't be afraid to challenge assumptions.
The AI landscape is changing fast.
It is.
The more you understand, the better you'll be able to navigate it.
Exactly.
And that's what the deep dive is all about.
Right.
Giving you the knowledge and insights to make sense of these complex trends and to thrive in this ever-changing world.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep digging deep.